Every World Cup creates legends. In 1958, the world discovered Pelé. In 1986, Maradona became immortal. In 1998, Zidane became the face of France. In 2014, James Rodriguez shocked the world. In 2018, Kylian Mbappé announced himself as football's next superstar. And in 2022, Lionel Messi completed the greatest story of his career. Now, in 2026, a new World Cup is here. The biggest World Cup ever. More teams, more matches, more pressure, more chances for greatness. And once again, the world is watching to see which players will define the tournament. Some are already global superstars. Some are still chasing international greatness. Some are young enough to become the future of football. And some are under pressure to prove they can carry their country when it matters most. Today we are looking at 5 of the biggest stars to watch at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Kylian Mbappé, Lamine Yamal, Jude Bellingham, Jamal Musiala, and Vinícius Júnior. 5 players, 5 nations, 5 different stories, but one stage: the FIFA World Cup. Welcome back to Scorer, where local passion meets global football. If you're new here, subscribe and join our football community as we bring you the biggest stories from African football and the global game. Today, we are talking about the players who could dominate the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Not just the most famous names, but the players with the talent, pressure, personality, and storyline to take over the tournament. Let's start with the man who already knows what World Cup greatness feels like. Kylian Mbappé. Mbappé is not just one of the biggest stars at the 2026 World Cup. He is one of the biggest World Cup players of this generation. At only 19 years old, he helped France win the 2018 World Cup. In 2022, he scored a hat-trick in the final against Argentina. Even though France lost that final, Mbappé walked away with his reputation even bigger than before. Because on the biggest stage, under the most intense pressure, he delivered. That is what separates Mbappé from many other superstars. He does not hide from pressure. He runs towards it. And now, in 2026, the pressure is different. Mbappé is no longer the young star chasing greatness. He is the leader. He is the face of France. He is the player opponents fear most. When France attack, everything can change in 1 second. One run behind the defense. One touch into space. One finish across the goalkeeper. That is Mbappé. Explosive pace. Cold finishing. Big game mentality. But this World Cup is also about legacy. Mbappé has already won 1 World Cup. He has already played in another final. Now the question is different. Can he lead France to another title as the main man? That is what makes his story so important. If France go deep in this tournament, Mbappé will almost certainly be at the center of it. And if he produces another iconic World Cup, we may have to start asking a bigger question. Is Kylian Mbappé one of the greatest World Cup players of all time. Every World Cup needs a young player who makes the world stop and pay attention. In 2026, that player could be Lamine Yamal. Yamal is not just talented, he is fearless. That is what makes him special. Some young players need time to grow into big matches. Yamal plays like he belongs there already. He wants the ball. He attacks defenders. He creates chances. He plays with personality. And for Spain, that is massive. For years, Spain have been known for control, passing, and technical football. But Yamal gives them something extra. Unpredictability. A player who can break the rhythm. A player who can take on defenders. A player who can turn a normal attack into a dangerous moment. What makes Yamal even more exciting is his age. Most players at his stage are still trying to earn trust. But Yamal is already being watched like one of the future faces of world football. That brings attention. But it also brings pressure. The World Cup is not the same as club football. Every mistake is bigger. Every touch is analyzed. Every performance becomes a headline. So the question is simple. Can Lamine Yamal handle the biggest stage in football? If he can, Spain become even more dangerous. Because a confident Yamal changes everything. He forces defenders to step back. He creates space for teammates. He gives Spain a weapon that can win tight matches. In 2026, Yamal may not only be playing for Spain, he may be playing to announce a new era.
Jude Bellingham, England. Jude Bellingham is one of the most complete young midfielders in world football. And for England, he is more than just a player. He is a symbol of belief. For decades, England have entered major tournaments with huge expectations. Great squads, big names, massive pressure. But the question has always been the same. Can England finally turn talent into a trophy? That is where Bellingham comes in. He gives England something rare. Power, technique, intelligence, leadership, and the confidence to take responsibility in big moments. Bellingham is not a midfielder who simply passes the ball sideways. He drives forward. He scores goals. He arrives in the box. He wins duels. He demands the ball when the pressure is high. That personality matters at the World Cup. Because when matches get tight, teams need players who are not afraid. Players who can change the energy. Players who believe they are built for the moment. Bellingham has that. But his challenge in 2026 is huge. England have attacking talent everywhere. But talent alone is not enough. They need balance. They need control. They need someone who can connect midfield and attack. Bellingham could be that player. If England go far, he may be the heartbeat of the team. Not just because of what he does with the ball, but because of the mentality he brings. This World Cup could be the tournament where Jude Bellingham goes from superstar to national icon. Jamal Musiala, Germany. Germany have always been associated with structure, discipline, and efficiency. But Jamal Musiala gives Germany something different. Magic. Musiala plays football like the pitch is smaller for him than everyone else. He moves through tight spaces. He dribbles past players without needing much room. He receives the ball between the lines and instantly creates danger. That is why he is so important. Because modern football is full of compact defenses. Teams defend deep. They close spaces. They force you wide. And when that happens, you need a player who can unlock the game. Musiala can do that. He is not just a dribbler. He is a problem solver. When Germany need creativity, he can provide it. When the match becomes tense, he can create one moment that changes everything. For Germany, this tournament is also about restoration. German football has gone through difficult moments in recent years. Early exits, disappointment, questions about identity. So 2026 is not just another World Cup for Germany. It is a chance to remind the world who they are. And Musiala could be the face of that revival. He represents the modern Germany. Technical, creative, brave, dynamic. If he stays fit and finds rhythm, Musiala can be one of the most dangerous players in the tournament. Because when he gets the ball in dangerous areas, defenders panic. And at the World Cup, panic leads to mistakes. For Brazil, the World Cup is never just a tournament. It is an expectation. Brazil do not simply arrive hoping to compete. Brazil arrive believing they should win. That is the weight of the yellow shirt. And in 2026, one of the players carrying that weight is Vinícius Júnior. At club level, Vini Jr. has already proven himself on the biggest stages. He has scored in massive Champions League matches. He has destroyed elite defenders. He has become one of the most dangerous wingers in the world. But with Brazil, the challenge is different. Brazilian fans do not just want flashes of brilliance. They want domination. They want joy. They want goals. They want a player who can carry the attack and bring fear back to opponents. Vini has the tools to do it. Speed, skill, aggression, confidence, one-on-one ability. When Vini gets the ball on the left wing, defenders know what is coming. But stopping it is another question. He can go outside. He can cut inside. He can create. He can finish. And most importantly, he plays with emotion. That emotion is part of what makes him special. But it is also part of the challenge. At the World Cup, every opponent will try to frustrate him. They will foul him. They will provoke him. They will try to take him out of his rhythm. So Vini's tournament may depend not only on his talent, but on his control. If he stays focused, he can be Brazil's most dangerous player. And if Brazil are going to win their first World Cup since 2002, Vini Jr. may need to become the face of that mission.
What makes these 5 players so interesting is that they are all chasing different kinds of greatness. Mbappe is chasing legacy. He has already won the World Cup, but now he wants to dominate it as France's leader. Yamal is chasing a rival. He wants to show the world that the future is already here. Bellingham is chasing history. He wants to help England end years of pain and expectation. Musiala is chasing revival. He wants to bring creativity and belief back to Germany. Vini Jr.
is chasing responsibility. He wants to prove he can carry Brazil on the biggest stage. That is what makes the World Cup special. It is not just about talent. It is about timing, pressure, story, mentality. A player can have a great club season and still disappear at the World Cup. But a player who dominates the World Cup becomes immortal. That is the difference. Club football gives you fame. The World Cup gives you legacy. So, who will become the biggest star of the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Will it be Mbappe, the man who already owns this stage? Will it be Yamal, the teenager ready to shock the world? Will it be Bellingham, England's complete midfield leader? Will it be Musiala, Germany's creative genius? Or will it be Vinícius Júnior, Brazil's explosive superstar? The truth is, any one of them could define this tournament. One goal, one assist, one dribble, one unforgettable performance. That is all it takes to become part of World Cup history. And in 2026, the stage is bigger than ever. The pressure is bigger than ever. The opportunity is bigger than ever. Now it is time to see who takes it. But now I want to hear from you. Who do you think will be the biggest star of the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Mbappe? Yamal? Bellingham? Musiala? Vinicius Júnior? Or someone else? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another football fan. This is Scorer, where local passion meets global football. See you in the next one.